And here we go as Magnus starts with knight f3.
In this tournament, we haven't seen Magnus playing any crazy openings like he did in Poland, right? He was playing b5s and all kinds of
things, mixing it up. He still has this propensity at times to do,
As I said.
right? Commentators curse a little bit of unusual off the beaten track, but then they transpose into the exchange Slav, which has a very drawing reputation. C3 on move 2, not a novelty.
I guess there's no way to avoid transposing into Slav after c3.
No. Now here's a question. If I go knight f6, which he did not do, bishop f4, would that have been a draw offer?
I don't think Magnus would do that.
No, but I don't think Alireza is interested in it either. At this moment, because he's trailing Nepo and Fabi by so many points, it's kind of like all or nothing.
Yes, because I think he has the fourth place probably more or less guaranteed.
king.
7
That's
seconds
crazy.
for Firouzja.
Rook takes
He
b6?
goes rook d5.
No.
72. So we went from endgame to middle game again.
How's that possible? We talk about going from the opening to the ending. How do you go from the ending to the middle game?
Nepo did save his game and he drew, which is good news for him. What is happening here?
Well, Magnus
Rook
just
e7.
blundered a bishop.
But there was queen e6 hanging. He could have taken the knight.
What?
Yeah, there was queen e6 and rook takes d1. Now
And
he's
now
just
it
down
just,
a piece.
yeah, now
I
it's
just
over.
said, will Magnus lose a single game? And we're
the
about to
answer
see it.
is
Wow.
yes, he will.
Well, it's still not over, but
Not
it has
quite.
to be.
Yeah. Clock time, sorry?
Magnus is up to 20 seconds. Firouzja is still 7 seconds, but he can definitely
We catch up very,
right,
very
he
nicely.
Can play fast now. And
He's got so many moves to catch up quickly.
Oh, yeah,
Queen
those-
e3 check, king h6, just safeguard your king. Get in those checks.
yeah, there was definitely a moment where
Well,
Magnus could
queen
have
takes e6.
taken the knight. Yeah, but he missed it.
Right. So now all Firouzja has to do is maneuver his knight to the g3 square. So knight f4, knight h5, or knight f4, knight e2 on his agenda. Of course, you have to make sure that you're not making an illegal move.
I think what he needs the most is to gain time on the clock.
True,
Because always playing with just 5 seconds is just nerve-wracking.
true. Now, if we go queen g5 and go into the king and pawn endgame, that's it. Just depends on where our king is, right?
It's fascinating that Firouzja has a clear extra piece, and it's still hard to beat Magnus.
I know, like that's just not fair. By
4
the way, he's
seconds.
doing it in a very, very strange way. The king was fine on h6. The queen was fine on f6. Then, with the queen on f6, the king on h6, you could have put the knight on g3, and it would have been just easily winning.
I actually like bringing the king more towards the center for black.
Okay.
You will always be able to cover with the queen or the knight.
True.
Well, hopefully.
And now he's back to the ideal setup with the queen on f6 and the knight.
Just needs the knight on g3.
Yeah, he just goes knight h5, and whoa, he
By the
played
way-
that with how many seconds on his clock?
Very few. Gukesh has won his game against Duda. Yeah, I think Firouzja just needs to put the knight on h5.
Right? Or in this case, put the queen on d5 and maybe take on g2?
Okay, we're getting close to that idea.
Yes, we certainly are.
Yes, queen,
Queen
d5.
d5 or queen e4.
King's running. There's no way there's perpetual here,
Right?
right?
Queen to d5. Queen to
Queen
d5.
d5 ends the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can never call it with Magnus.
By the way, there is mate on g2.
Yes. And
Checkmate. And
officially-
finally,
Wow.
wow, our congratulations to Firouzja as
One
he.
and only who
But by the way, that
defeated
denies
Magnus.
him